Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so I want to bring something up real quick. Have you guys heard Fauja's new song, Unethical? I'm really almost in love with this young lady. She's singing, her voice is amazing. She's from the same country that one singer that was on Sting's album many, many years ago. He toured with them, and they have very similar voice in the way they sing. So her name is Fauja, Faouzia, and her new song is called Unethical. It's a really emotional, really powerful song. So I was just listening to that right now. It was a short, like a 90-second clip of her song or something like that. And something came up that I don't think I've ever shared on this channel that I think is really, I think it's important to understand. Alright, so essentially, I know this is going to sound kind of funny, I'll break it down though, is I don't really change people. Okay, what I do is I reveal them, I uncover them. Now another piece, a lot of people go through life thinking like, what is my purpose, what is my destiny? And it'll weigh on them pretty heavy. I think that starts happening when you're 25 and after. You're like, well, what am I supposed to do with my life? The funny thing is, it's not really like, you know, like it's this miraculous thing or this God-like sent message. Your life is something that you create. And that is your destiny. It's really important to understand what I just said, because your life is your creation. It's what you want to do with it. So don't be waiting for some kind of sign from God or some kind of message and let years and decades go by. No. Right now, you need to be like, what do I want to do? Do you want to jet ski? Do you want to ride a motorcycle? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to become a singer? Start building your life. Your life is something that you create, and it's something that you build. That is your purpose. That is your destiny. It's anything that drives you, that motivates you, that inspires you. It literally comes down to, what do you really want to do? Maybe you don't want to start a business. Maybe you want to get married and have kids and be a great husband or a great wife. Maybe that literally is your dream. Here's the funny thing. For people, other people who that, okay. For people who that is their dream, you're looking at other people. Don't you want to have kids? Don't you want to get married? No. There are people on this planet who absolutely do not want to have kids. You came here with these desires thinking, well, everyone else is like this. No. Some people want to be a painter. Do you want to be a painter? Do you want to risk everything and paint and paint? And hopefully someday you make enough money to make a living that way? Maybe not. Maybe that's not worth it to you. So what I'm trying to say is, like, only you know what you want to do with your life. And it has nothing to do with other people. It has everything to do with you. Now let's get back to the first part. So the very first part, I said, I don't change you. What I do is I reveal you, or I uncover you. So when people come to me, it's never about, well, what does Mike think is the right thing to do? It has nothing to do with me. All I'm doing is, okay, I have a good example. So let's say you come in with your car, you got like a 90s Honda Civic, and you want to pump up the engine, you want to make it go faster, and like, okay, well, what do you want? Well, I want to put a B18C5 engine in there, and I want to bore it out, and then I want to put on better header, and I want to put on better muffler, and I want to make it to go faster. I want it to sound like this, and I want to lower it, an inch or so, and then I want to put on low profile tires. Here's the deal. I just go, okay, well, here's some tires. What kind of rims do you like? Well, I like these rims. Okay, do you want those? Yeah, okay. So we'll order them. What kind of tires? You got some low profile tires. These and these ones here will fit those rims. Which ones do you want? Well, I want those. You get to pick and choose who and what you want to be. I'm just the NLP programmer, neuro-linguistic programming. Now, years ago, it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but it really comes down to, like, okay, you have a lot of programming in you. So this goes to the next piece I want to share with you. Something I learned in psychology class, or one of my psychology classes. It was applied psychology. All right, I put two thoughts together right there. So the one thought is NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. What do you mean? you know, and so what I found out is people have programs. Like, you know, if you've been following my channel, a couple of videos back, I was sharing with like, what's the word? Complex equivalence and cause and effect. And there, in other words, it's a really sneaky way to get you to be programmed in a certain way and to take on certain beliefs. Like, well, this means that. And here's the thing, your brain never even stops to go, wait a minute, does it really? The complex equivalence is kind of a sneaky way just to get you to accept something.
The wind's really, really heavy.
Like on the bridge, like I just said, the wind's really, really heavy, and what that means is a lot of money's coming into your pocket. Now here's the really weird thing. If you actually believe that, then money will come into your pocket. See, your beliefs literally create an energy field around you, and it causes you to unconsciously say certain things to people, not say certain things, and whatever your beliefs are, they begin to get created by your unconscious mind.
Holding my phone super tight. The wind's about to
So if you don't like the beliefs that you have, all we have to do is go in there and go, so what beliefs are holding you back, or what's a belief that's causing you problems or isn't helping you get what you want? And then we get rid of that belief, and then we change it into a more empowering belief into helping you get what you want out of life. Because a lot of the programming was done when you were a child. You had a parent said, oh, like my mom, and I don't mean this in a negative way towards her at all, but she really believed this. The more money you make, the more stress you have. Well, that's not true at all. So making money does not necessarily mean, okay, complex equivalence, does not necessarily mean you're going to have more stress. In fact, what I have found as in my adult life, the more money I make, the more the more peacefulness that I have, the more calm I am, the more relaxed I am. And that's something that I finally realized. Like when I have a certain amount of money, I just relax. Like I have no stress. And here's the other thing I noticed. Women pick up on it. Women, whenever I had like extra money, women would just like talk to me more often and I'm like, what? Like, what is the deal? And then when the money went back down, I was like nobody would talk to me. Like, what is this? Well, it's because it causes you to okay, at least for me. Now, see, I almost did that. I almost did the complex equivalence because it causes you to be this way. I could literally change, like, the less money you have, the more motivated and happy you become. And if you take on that belief, that's what will happen. You know, the ship that's going under the bridge, to me, that's money coming in the door. It's like a shipment full of money coming into the door. That's what it means to me. Now, does it really mean that? Well, it does if I want it to. Okay, here's the deal. You can literally play this game with yourself and create whatever beliefs you want. And it's funny. And here, okay, when I first learned this at an NLP training, I just... I started messing around with everyone in a very positive way, though. I said, you know what, and what that means is you're going to be happier. And they just look at me like, what? Does it mean that? Sure it does. And so we kind of, like my roommates and my classmates, they kind of started catching on like, oh, I see what this guy's doing. All right, so now, in applied psychology, I did share this piece in a video quite a while back. I'm going to say 5 months ago. The professor, he basically said, look, at one point in time, you were just one ball of energy, okay? You didn't have any parts, you didn't have any anything fractured off. Sorry, I'm actually not quite using that word right. But you basically were one whole complete being or entity. And then what happened was, someone came along and they lied to you, and so now there's a little bit of dirt on that crystal clear, beautiful, pure white light, which is you. Because then someone come along and told you something that wasn't true. Now there's a little bit of dirt on you there. And then someone came along and said, well, this means that. Like the more money you make, the more stress you have. And then as you get older, you realize like, wow, you need to make money to have a good life or to survive. So now there's a lot of dirt thrown on you there, and then you're taught things that don't work, things that are hurtful. You're told you're no good, and so now this crystal clear, beautiful, bright white light of who you truly are is getting covered up by all these lies and dirt and things. And so here's what I do. I just help you clean away the dirt on the outside so the real you on the inside can begin to shine again. Like even that little lesson right there, walk away from bad, walk towards good, the one we just read on the screen. That is something that can help you go, wait, that's right. Because somewhere along the line, you were taught to basically deal with the bad and try to work it out. And you're like, and it's like, it's not going to be worked out. These are just messed up people, narcissists or whoever. And you get stuck in this rut and you're like, well, my life won't change and I'm so negative and blah, blah, blah. It turns out the only thing you need to do is walk away from bad people or bad situations and walk towards good. And then you start to feel lighter. You feel your energy's better. Because see, when you get away from people that have toxic energy, you literally take on their energy. When you walk away from that, it slowly starts to fade away. You start to clean it off on an energetic level. So now let's go back to what's the word I'm looking for? So the crystal clear, it's like you're this ball of energy, and it's just this amazing. I'm using the word crystal. It's like a crystal. It's pure, it's bright, it's white, it's light, it's powerful. And here's what I'm really trying to say. When you clear off the dirt around you, you become more and more powerful. What I'm trying to say is the real you on the inside is, it's like I'm going to cuss because I can't find a better way. It is fucking powerful. You are the real you, the real energy, the real light inside you is amazingly powerful. In fact, I got a good word for it. It is unstoppable. You can do anything once you reveal yourself. So it's not like I'm going to change you. The core you, I can't change, and I don't want to change, and I'm not going to change. The core you is unbelievably powerful. Now, if you have these feelings that, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm no good, or how about this one, I can't. These are just programs. They're not real. Now, a lot of times, because your life has been stuck or you've suffered in certain ways for such a long time, because some of you might have listened to me say, like, I'm not going to change the core you. I don't want to. I can't. You're like, oh, no. See, the core you is amazingly powerful. It can and will create anything. It's what I just said a moment ago where, like, you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough or I can't or, any of that. That you start to think that that's the core you. That is not the core you. I swear to you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, those are just little beliefs and little programs that got installed. So at the very least in this moment right now, just know that when you are in that space or in that time, that moment, maybe it's nighttime or maybe when you're struggling financially and you're just like, oh, I can't do it, it's impossible, or whatever, I'm not good enough and no one likes me, and whatever it is, I promise you, those are just little beliefs and little parts of you that have gotten installed in a negative way. That's all they are. It is not the core you. It will pass. And here's another good thing. We can reframe those. We can heal those. We can integrate and heal those parts, so they become pure again, and now that light, that little bubble of energy, can go back into the core and integrate with all of you. And I get the joy of watching you sprout, watching you grow. And look, you got to understand, I've been working with people since I was in my 20s. I think I first started when I was about 21 years old, at my very, very first client. And I remember her to this day because I was so scared, yet I did such a phenomenal job with her. And they told us, like, just keep the manual there, do the step, and I did. Actually, I did in the beginning, but then I realized, like, oh, all I got to do is anchor her. So she was the one where when people would mess with her, harass her, say, it didn't bother her at all. And when she first came in and said that, I was like, yeah, right, because, like, that's, in my opinion, again, from my perspective, I thought everyone had that problem. She's like, no, I never had this problem till just about a week or two ago. And I was like, oh, come on. And she's like, no, I'm telling you, she was, Michael, I don't know what happened. Like now, like it's like people are getting to me. It's like they're saying bad things and this and that. And Michael, it's not like before. Before, I go, well, what was it like before? She goes, it would just like, like roll off my shoulders, roll off my back. I go, and now here I'm like, what do you mean? And because I didn't understand. And she goes, like, like a duck. You know how ducks have oil in their feathers? And I'm like, yeah. Have you ever seen the water get on a duck's back? I'm like, well, yeah, it kind of just rolls off because of the oil. She goes, yeah, it was literally like that. And when she was doing this, I was anchoring her, and I was anchoring the state in. And then all I did was a couple of reframes. Like this session only lasted about, I would say an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And it completely locked in. She went home. A week later, she calls back. She goes, what did you do to me? I'm thinking, oh, shit. What went wrong? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, well, it worked. I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, Michael, people are insulting me and saying bad things. It doesn't bother me at all. So all I did was reconnect her to that original state. And how I did it was I anchored it. It's something that it's like pushing a button, and now that fires off that positive state. And then when she goes into the negative state, the minute she goes into it, I fire off the positive state and it gets linked. So the minute someone says something, that triggers her to go into that positive state. And it's like water off a duck's back. Alright, so what's my point in sharing this, or what's my purpose? My purpose is this. I do not change you. All I do is find out what went wrong, and then we find out what was right. Or, now here's the thing. Let's take this last example. Let's say you've never had that experience. Now that you've heard this, now that I've described it, we can anchor that into you too. Alright, so since a lot of you came to this channel because of narcissist abuse, what happens to a lot of us is we go through this real damaged state where we are just kind of, and here, okay, here's why. Because narcissists know what anchors are, and they've been anchoring you to negative states. And here's the other thing. They've learned, and I do believe beyond a shadow of a doubt, they've learned NLP, and they're using these techniques in a really messed up negative way. Because not only can you anchor positive states, you can also anchor negative states. So what we can do is we can go in there and find out, well, what are the anchors? And then what we can do is we can either collapse the anchors, or we can reconnect that anchor when it gets fired off to trigger this other positive state. And then from that day forward, anything that's around that negative anchor, boom, gets fired off into this really positive state, this empowering state. The only thing we have to do is like, well, either A, what were you like before the narcissist? Or B, what do you want to be like? What is an empowering state that will absolutely launch your life, change your situation, and make you feel better about yourself and make you feel empowered? Now, I don't mean like, well, I'm empowered. I mean fired up to where you're just willing and ready to go after everything, to take action and make your life happy. Not just to be motivated and inspired, but just to be like everything turns around from depression to happiness, to motivation, to being inspired, to just really feeling good about yourself. So I just want to let you guys know that you can recreate your life. I don't care how shitty it is. Now here's the thing. I understand the way narcissists set things up. You feel like you're in this darkness, like life is never going to turn around. I am telling you, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I have done this with hundreds of, hell, actually at this point, probably thousands of people. Here's the deal. I've taken people that are in that really, like, for those of you who've gone through real narcissist abuse, you know what that darkness is like. You're just like, it's like life is over. Like, you're never going to be happy again. You're never going to make money. It's a horrible freaking place. Now, I'm going to use Diane as an example. She's on this channel off and on quite a bit. And we've had a couple sessions where she was really, 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 really in a dark place. And within, I would say, 35 to 45 minutes, she's laughing, she's brighter, she's happier, she's lighter, and all that worry and problems is gone. Now, there may be more coming up in other issues or issues around this, but beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's like the easiest thing for me to do is to work with someone and put them in a much happier, much lighter, and much brighter state. So you may need some follow-up sessions. I'm not saying you do one session, your whole life has changed, but I'm telling you something. If it is a very specific thing, like a specific anchor, it's very possible we could find something and be like, boom, once that's released, everything turns around. Just want to leave you with this. Your life can change, absolutely can change, and the greatest part about it is you get to pick and choose what you want to change, what you want to have, what you want to feel, what you want to be, and go in the direction that you desire. This is all about you creating your life the way you want. Do you want to be calmer, more relaxed? We can do that. Do you want to be excited about life? Do you want to feel really, really good inside, in your heart area, your chest area, in your belly, your solar plexus? What would it, okay, I'm going to ask you a question. What would it be like if you could really, really create these amazing positive feelings where, I'm just going to use this phrase again, where you feel good about yourself? How much would that change your life in a positive direction? The reason why I'm saying that, because it was about 4 or 5 years ago when I was literally, I had such pain, like emotional. It was like that, I call it the narcissist sting. I had so much pain in my solar plexus. I was at a point where I just prayed to God. I go, I just want to feel good inside. I just want to feel good about myself. It's like at that moment in life, at that time in my life, I didn't care about money. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to feel good inside about me. I wanted to just physically, emotionally feel good. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because I bet a lot of you have never stopped and ever thought about, what would my life be like if I just genuinely felt really good about me? You could accomplish a lot more goals. You could go to the coffee shop, you could go outside, you could hang out with your friends. You could do a lot and feel really good about it. The possibilities are endless. They are unlimited. It's an unlimited menu where you get to pick from. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, you get to create your life. God bless you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. P.S. If you've noticed that you start feeling really good after listening to my videos, especially the ones like this, I am doing some reframing. I am doing some shifting when it comes to what this means to that means. I've also sent in some anchors, about 3 or 4 in this video. I also do some languaging shifts that allow you to shift more into the possibilities of your power. And I do it all for free. If my videos have impacted your life in a positive way, please think about donating to this channel to support this channel. I have a PayPal link right there in the description box, and another way you can support this channel is to buy one of my dating relationship books, Men, Crack the Female Code, Women, Why Men Just Don't Get It, or the second book, Every Woman's Battle, The Need for Love and Emotional Fulfillment.